Hi guys, welcome back to the Mina Does Art Stuff YouTube channel. My name is Mina and on this channel we do art stuff. Okay, so today we are taking another look at the next set of colours in our colour comparison series, and today we are looking at more opaque slash Naples yellow type colours. So in the top here we have our, like, I guess quote unquote typical Naples yellow type colours. Then we are moving on to what a lot of brands call Naples Yellow Deep, or Chrome Titanate Yellow, which I believe is like the proper name for this pigment. PBR 24 pigment essentially is what we're looking at in the middle. And then at the bottom, kind of a few other options. We have a couple of Turner's Yellow type colours, and then a couple of Naples Yellow reddish colours as well to look at. So kind of a Naples Yellow-esque vibe today. So lots of different pigments as well. First one is Shan Brilliant by Shan PWC. I don't have this one in a pan at the moment, or actually I do, I just don't know where that pan is. So I'm just going to dab on a little bit onto the paper. And to let you know, this I am using today 100% cotton watercolour paper by Arches, and it's cold press. I'm using a Da Vinci size 8 round. Colineo is the model, I guess. So it's a Da Vinci Colineo size 8 round. There we go. I will have links to the paper, the brush, and all the colours that we're looking at today in the description box below. So if you're interested in anything you see today, you can check it down there. So that's the Shan Brilliant by Shan. It's a very pale colour. I kind of feel like it would take the place of something like a buff titanium on a palette. We have two versions in here from Paul Rubens, so I will swatch them both. So we have Brilliant Yellow Light, which is a mixture of PO20, which is cadmium orange, I believe, PY35, which is cadmium yellow, and PW6, which is titanium white. So yeah, interesting mix. This looks a lot like the Shan PWC Shan Brilliant, a little bit lighter maybe. I just realised I forgot to give you the pigments for the Shan one. So that is PO20 cadmium orange, PY74 Hansa yellow medium, I believe, and PW6, so titanium white. So very similar, except the Shan has a Hansa yellow pigment and the Paul Rubens has cadmium yellow. Then over here, at the end here, we've got Brilliant Yellow, which is actually the reddish version of their sort of Naples yellowish colour, Shan Brilliant colour. So this is a mixture of PR108, so that's a cadmium red, PY35, cadmium yellow again, and PW6, titanium white. It's got a slightly more pinkish undertone to this one. Next up, I have three options from Schminke to include here. So we are going to start with Naples Yellow. Actually, 3 or 4? 4. So we have just straight up Naples Yellow, which is a really lovely buttery colour. This is a mixture of PW6, so that titanium white, PY53, which is nickel titanate yellow, and PBR 24, which is that chrome titanate yellow, but I think Schminke calls that pigment titanium gold ochre, which we will come to in a second, which is actually going to be our next colour. It's over here. So Schminke call it titanium gold ochre, so that's this one. The top. I actually really love this colour. I love its strength. It mixes beautifully. Just as pigment in general is one I really have been gravitating towards recently. Then we also have Schmincke's Turner's Yellow down here, which is PY216. And this reminds me a lot of that titanium gold ochre, but it's a lot more transparent. And finally, at the bottom here we have Schmincke Naples Yellow Reddish. So we did the Naples Yellow first, and this is the reddish version, or more pink leaning version. So this is a mixture of PW6, titanium white, PW4, which I think is Chinese white, PBR24, which is that chrome titanate yellow, and PY42, which is a yellow ochre. Next up we have Rosa Gallery. We have Naples Yellow Light, and that is a mixture of PY42, yellow ochre, and PW6. Again, in this palette, it's not exactly the same, but I treat this color, or use this color the way I would use like a white or a buff titanium, to kind of like muddy up colors, make colors more opaque in mixes, things like that. Next up we have Core Naples Yellow. This is a mixture of PBR24, so again that chrome titanate yellow, PBK7, so black, which is interesting, and PW4, which is a white. This is my least favourite Naples Yellow version that I have come across to date. It is very sort of greenish leaning, it's mucky, it's dirty, it's just not my favourite. Next up we have Winsor & Newton Naples Yellow Deep. So we are onto the PBR24 colours now. So I have that down here on my palette. This is Winsor & Newton Naples Yellow Deep. That is PBR24. I don't know what it is. I just really like this warmth of this colour. I see this as a much more usable colour for me in place of something like yellow ochre on my palette. I will definitely reach for this a lot more than I would something like a Naples Yellow. Then I have Sennelier's Naples Yellow Deep. It's another one that I really like. PBR24. And then I have another one that's in a tube. It's Magello's Yellow Ochre Light, which is PBR24. This one's very rich and dark in its mass tone, which I quite like. Take a look at Daniel Smith's Chrome Titanate Yellow. PBR24 again. Next up I have Rubens Naples Yellow Deep. This is also PBR 24. I love the depth and the mass tone of this one. It's so easy to get a nice pigmented wash straight out the pan. Okay, then we have Da Vinci Naples Yellow Deep. This is a mixture of PBR 24 and PY 53. So this is a mixture of the chrome titanate yellow and PY 53 is nickel titanate yellow. Very similar hue to the other single pigment versions. Next up we have the White Knights Naples Yellow Light, and their pigment for Naples Yellow Light is PY 216, which is typically the Turner's Yellow pigment, which is why I've put it down here. That one looks very different to all the others, which is interesting. Finally, the last one is from a tube. It's Lucas's Naples Yellow Reddish, and I've really enjoyed this colour. This is a mixture of, it's nice because it's hard to find a Naples Yellow or Naples Yellow Reddish that doesn't have white mixed into it. So this is a mixture of PR 176, which is typically that's a carmine pigment in a lot of brands. If you watch my alizarin crimson carmine video, you'll see a few variations of this PR 176 colour, and so it's a mixture of that plus PBR 24, so one of these sort of chrome titanate yellow colours. So it's one of those with a bit of a pinky red colour mixed in, which gives this really nice sort of orangey tone, Naples Yellow Reddish, compared to this very pinkish tone from the Schminke one. Anyway, those are all swatched out now. I'm going to set this aside to dry, and I shall be back very soon to take a look at it once it's all dry. Alright, I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, now we are back with the Naples Yellow type pigments, Naples Yellow Deep, Naples Yellow Light, Turner's Yellow and Naples Yellow Reddish, with a few other variations in the middle. So that's what we're looking at today. The top row are our standard Shan Brilliant / Naples Yellow type colours. So starting from the beginning, we have Shinhan PWC Shan Brilliant, a nice sort of pale peachy colour. I kind of feel like this sort of shade or tone replaces the need for something like a buff titanium. It's not the same colour, not the same hue, but similar enough that that's kind of the place it would take on a palette for me. Then I have Rubens Brilliant Yellow Light, which is, I guess, their version of a Shan Brilliant or Naples Yellow type colour. Schminke's Naples Yellow is a lot more yellow leaning. It's beautiful, it's buttery. I really like that one. Rosa Gallery's Naples Yellow Light. Again, soft, buttery, not as saturated as the Schminke, but it's still really beautiful. I absolutely detest Kors Naples Yellow. Like, what is this? This is almost like just not a nice green leaning yellow. It's just not nice at all. I don't like it. It's, I don't know what's going on with that. We're just going to skip right past it, and the only reason I have this is, again, it came as part of the Earth set of colours that I got from Core a while ago. Then we have Paul Rubens Brilliant Yellow. This is their more reddish leaning version compared to the Yellow Light. So this is more like a Naples Yellow reddish type colour. And then we have the PBR24 pigment. So this goes by a variety of names. Most brands seem to call it Naples Yellow Deep. Some call it, I think its official like chemical name is Chrome Titanate Yellow. So yeah, we have a variety of versions of this colour, and I'm surprised by how different they all are, which is interesting. So we have Winsor & Newton's Naples Yellow Deep, Sennelier Naples Yellow Deep, Mugello Yellow Ochre Light, Daniel Smith Chrome Titanate Yellow, Roman Schmall Naples Yellow Deep, and Schmincker's Titanium Gold Ochre. I also have Da Vinci's Naples Yellow Deep, but that's a mixture of the same pigment as all of these plus another one. But we'll add it in because hue-wise it's fairly close. So this first row, all of them are single pigment PBR24, and the Da Vinci one is PBR24 with PY53. PY53 is nickel titanate yellow, and this is chrome titanate yellow, PBR24. So similar names but different colours. So yeah, I'm actually surprised by how different these colours are. Like this one, the Mugello and the Roman Schmall are a lot more orange leaning, whereas like the Winsor & Newton one is one of the lighter ones. The Sennelier is a bit more yellow in its tone, and the Daniel Smith and Schmincke are fairly similar. Daniel Smith is more granulating than the Schmincke one. So I'm just really surprised by the variety, to be honest. I think Da Vinci looks very similar to, in hue, looks very similar to Daniel Smith and the Schmincke. But yeah, I'm actually surprised. I thought they were a lot more similar. But this is the first time I'm swatching all the different versions together, which is why an exercise like this can be quite helpful to see the differences. So I actually really like the Mugello. It also has some nice soft granulation. The Daniel Smith is beautiful as well. Love the Sennelier. That colour is beautiful. This would basically take the place of something like a yellow ochre type colour on a palette for me. And I actually probably find this colour more useful, ironically, considering it's more opaque. I do really like mixing with it. So I'd say these three are probably my favourite. I do like the Roman Schmall, but it's definitely more like red leaning than the others. And I kind of view this colour as more of a yellow. I like the Da Vinci one as well. That's not bad. I mean, let's give that one a tick, why not? And then coming down here, I have two versions of Turner's Yellow PY216 pigment. Very different. I have Schmincke and I have White Nights. The White Nights one is very yellow, and the Schmincke one is a lot softer, more buttery. I kind of feel like this is a slightly more yellow version of Schmincke's Naples Yellow. Both really nice. I don't think you need both. I think one would be sufficient. And then I have two versions of Naples Yellow Reddish down the bottom here. I have Schmincke, which is a little bit more pink, a little bit softer, a little bit lighter. And then we have the Lucas Naples Yellow Reddish, which is more orangey and more like apricot type colour. And I actually really like this one. I like it. There's no whites in the mixture, which is interesting. And it's just a richer colour and I think more versatile overall. So yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know which one is your favourite. Do you have a favourite? Do you have one that fits into this category that I haven't included that you think I should know about? Let me know in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. Alright, so that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!